Hello, and welcome to the Yoga Studies Institute. My name is Eva Kulich, and today we're going to be doing a half an hour heart asana sequence. Heart yoga is an ancient system of yoga where we use our focus, our mental meditation, our visualization, our breath, and our body to really hone in on an intention and to use that intention and take it off the mat into our world. And it opens our channels in our body. It opens our heart. It opens all these subtle systems in our body so that we can really have good health and we can really have a state of happiness and joy in our world. And for today's asana class, it's really important as a yogi to be able to have meaningful relationships in our lives to reach a state of total freedom and happiness. So for today's class, we're going to really focus on planting seeds for meaningful relationships in our world and having this beautiful freedom to have really beautiful, intimate, loving relationships in our world. So I invite you to close your eyes and take a tall seat where the spine is straight, where your breath is free, and there's a soft smile on your face. And we'll just go into a brief contemplation before we start moving. So we all want meaningful relationships in our world, this heartfelt connection between our friends, our families, our partners. And in order to do this, we need to understand that we can't receive anything unless we've given it first. We can't have an apple tree unless we plant an apple seed. So we need to feel into this flavor of what is the cause for having meaningful relationships. And in order to understand that, we need to feel into the opposite. What does it feel like to be lonely, to have harmful relationships in our world? And maybe you've experienced these things and you can feel into the heart with this compassionate gaze. What can we do to shift the ripening, shift the seed so that we can start having meaningful relationships? If we're feeling lonely, we can offer other lonely people attention. If we're in unhealthy relationships, we can begin to really, take care of ourselves and others to start practicing healthier habits. And let the heart's light totally heal any sort of tensions we have that could be blocking us from having really deep, meaningful relationships. And we'll use our heart to soften any sort of obstacles. We'll use our heart and our breath and our bodies, our minds to really plant seeds, to give to our world the causes of meaningful relationships. And we'll open class with the sound of Om, bringing your hands to heart center. Take a full inhale and exhale out of the mouth with a sigh. And inhale to Om. letting this intention in our hearts stay with us for our practice. We can open our eyes and begin some movement. Let's start with our legs crossed, and we'll root through the left hand and inhale the right arm up as we come to a side bend, a right side body bend. Letting the body open here. And notice, be very vigilant of any sort of tension, contracted states that our mind, our emotions, our body gets into. And that could be the key to letting our heart's love soften those areas and remove any obstacle we have to loving others fully, having these deep, meaningful, safe, healthy relationships. Inhale, coming up, changing the crossing of the legs, and then the right hand roots as the left arm comes up as we bend over to the right. And make sure the heart isn't caving down. You want to open the heart up towards the ceiling. Smile. Inhale, coming up. Beautiful. And let's step our hands back. Bring the feet mat width apart. And do some windshield wipers. Lovely. And let's come onto our hands and knees. And we'll start off with some cat-cows. So curl the toes underneath you. The hands are rooted directly underneath the shoulders. And then on our inhales, curl the tailbone up. Let the belly stretch, the heart open, the throat open. Look up. Inhale. And on the exhale, tuck the tailbone in between the legs, pushing the heart up towards the ceiling, and let the chin tuck into the chest. And inhale, coming up, opening the front body and the back body. Moving at your own rate, your own pace. We can use our mind to offer people in our world, couples, families, friends, this feeling of love between each other. This mutual kindness and respect. Let's come to stillness in tabletop and bring the left arm forward and the right leg back. Strong and straight. Holding here, beginning to feel some heat. And then on our exhales, we'll come into a tuck, either elbow to knee or knee to forehead. And then inhale to lengthen. We'll do that 4 more times. Inhaling and exhaling to tuck. And gently release. And we'll do the other side. Left leg back, right arm forward. Super strong and straight here. Keeping our intention clear in our mind and our heart. And then exhale, come into a tuck. Inhale, lengthen for 4 more. And then hold in stillness and release the hands and the knee down. Let's walk the feet, hands forward, curl the toes back, and come into your downward facing dog. Fingers spread wide, rooting through the middle finger, the pointer finger, and base of the thumb. Bases of the fingers really glued to the mat, reaching the sit bones up and back. And let's inhale, come into plank pose. So legs are strong and engaged, the tailbone tucked in between the legs, pushing the mat away from you. And then elongate through the neck by bringing the crown forward. Pushing the mat away from you. Holding here, feeling the heat in the belly. And exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, back to plank. Engaging through the body. And exhaling back. Deep exhale here in down dog, and then inhale back to plank pose. Holding here. Keep the shoulders stacked above the wrists as we begin to tiptoe the feet and raise the sit bones up as we walk our feet into Uttanasana, forward fold. Let the body soften and relax. Walk the heels together, the ankles and the knee points together, inner knees. And we'll begin to sweep the hands down, bring the arms up, and come into Utkatasana, chair pose. Beginning to feel some heat here. Let's bring the hands into prayer. And we're going to twist over to the left. So the right elbow is coming on the outside of the left knee. Making sure that the knees are still looking straight. One knee isn't farther ahead of the other. And begin to look ahead of you. Maybe you want to turn your gaze up into twisted triangle. Twisted Utkatasana. And then exhale, reach the hands down. Come into Uttanasana again. Let's bring the arms overhead behind us. Clasp the hands together. The palms stick together as we open the shoulders a bit in our forward fold. Let the legs relax. Keep offering this love between people to have deep relationships in our world. And let's sweep the arms up again into Utkatasana. Good job, everybody. Starting off this class nice and strong. Bring the hands to prayer. And then we're going to twist to the right. Left elbow reaches the outside of the right knee. Get deeper into your twist. Keep the hands in prayer. Hands are at the heart. Forearms vertical. You can look ahead and then turning your gaze up. Breathe deeply here. And then touch down with the hands back into Uttanasana, forward fold. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Sigh out of the mouth. Well done, everybody. And then from here, let's touch down with the hands. Bring the left leg back, the right leg back. Down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale down. And inhale up to upward facing dog or cobra. And let's exhale, come back to down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bring left knee to left elbow. Left wrist, right or right elbow. Plant the right foot. And then swing the arms up, coming into high lunge. Hold your beach ball. Smile and twist. And we can offer the beings in our world, we can offer ourselves this compassion with other people, helping other people go through challenges, helping them with their problems, just this deep compassion to remove the suffering of others. And let that be a healing factor in relationships. Beautiful. We could stop our spinning. And then from here, bring the arms up again. And we'll touch the left hand on the inside of the left foot down, pivot the back foot, outer edge of the back foot parallel to the back edge of the mat as we open up into Trikonasana. Deep breaths. Tap the right hand to the left foot, and then windmill the arms up, warrior two. Deep opening here in the hips. So the outer edge of that right foot is glued to the mat, and we want to open the left knee to the left so we can see the first two toes on the left foot. Strong stance here. Smile. Offering this compassion for beings to heal their relationships, to serve others beautifully. Let's bring the right hand on the right thigh, open the left arm up, exalted warrior. And then exhale, left elbow to left knee as we reach the right arm forward into extended side angle. Keep the tail tucked here. And then let's touch down with our hands, shorten our stance, preparing for Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. So the back right foot is 45 degrees. Try to keep both legs straight as you reach the crown forward and fold. A micro bend in the front leg is totally cool. Breathing deep into your body. Let the breath open the body here. And now we'll prepare for Parvrita Trikonasana, revolve triangle. So the left hand will go on top or the outside of the right hand will go on top or the outside of the left foot. Sometimes I get my lefts and rights mixed up. And we're going to squeeze the inner upper thighs by bringing the right hip forward and the left hip back. Reach the left arm in front of you. Reach, and plug the left sit bone back behind you as you reach up towards the ceiling, coming into Parvrita Trikonasana. Deep twist here, breathing deeply. Clearing any obstacles we have to deep, meaningful relationships. And slowly release. Touch down with the hands. Shift the weight forward and float the leg back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Coming down, chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Or inhale up to cobra or upward facing dog. And back to down dog. Lovely. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Sigh out of the mouth. Good job, everybody. Let's bring the right leg up. And exhale, right knee to right elbow. Right wrist. Left wrist. Left elbow. Keep it floating. And then step right foot in between the hands as we float the arms up. Holding our big imaginary beach ball. Smile here and twist. And we can offer ourselves, the beings in our world, to really share joy in their relationships. Having this really good feeling when helping, serving their family, their friends, their partner. Having fun doing beautiful things with them. Good things for them. And then let's bring the arms up. Holding here. And then we're going to windmill open into warrior two. So the back of the left foot is grounded. We're opening the right knee a little bit to the right so that we can see at least the first two toes. Breathing here. Let the breath be expansive. Left hand on left thigh, open into exalted warrior, the right side body. And then reaching forward, the right elbow on top of the right knee as the left arm comes overhead into extended side angle. And then let's touch down with our hands. Shorten our stance. The back left foot is 45 degrees. And we're preparing for revolved triangle. So inhale, reach the crown forward. First, we're going to come into Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. So just lengthening through both legs, squeezing the inner upper thighs together by bringing the left hip forward, right hip back, plugging the right sit bone back to the wall behind you. And exhale, fold forward. And then preparing for revolved triangle. So bring the left hand on the outside of the right foot. Keep squeezing the inner upper thighs together. Plug the right sit bone back as we bring the right arm forward. Reaching the right arm forward. And then from here, we'll twist up. Breathing deeply. Smile and offer this prana. Touch down, shift the weight forward and back to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Let's do a push-up together. And then coming down, inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. And now let's bring our knees down to the middle of our mat. And we'll prepare for Ustrasana, camel pose. Rooting down through the knees, tuck the tailbone in between the legs, knitting the sit bones together. This will really protect our low back and help us have a safe Ustrasana. Keep bringing the tailbone in between the legs as you push the hips forward. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, having the hands on the low back. I like to have my fingers pointing up. And keep offering the heart up towards the sky as if your heart was tied to a string to the sun. Offer the heart up. Keep pushing the pelvis forward. If the heart is higher than the head, you can let the head drop back, opening the throat. And then exhale, let go, and come into child's pose. Letting the low back release and open. Offering this feeling of, equal love, equality in the beings in our mind state for their relationships. You grow this capacity in your heart so deeply that you begin to have this beautiful equanimity, this beautiful love. No matter what people do to you, you can have this compassion with them, knowing exactly what to do to serve yourself and the other to the highest, for the highest good. Beautiful. And then from here, let's just swing our feet forward, preparing for Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Bringing the arms up and exhale. Just hinge at the hips. Keep the spine straight. Maybe your hands will be beside the knees or bound on the feet, whatever works for you. I like to have peace fingers on my big toes. And then inhale, reach the crown up, get deeper into the hip creases, reaching the belly for the thighs. Breathing through the low back. Offering healing, loving, kind, joyful relationships into our world. Any tension that comes up in our minds and our bodies, we can use this love light to soften them. Inhale, reach the arms forward, coming up. Bring the hands back behind you, roll the shoulders up, back and down, and we're going to come into Purvottanasana. So legs can be straight or bent. And then on our inhales, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, feeling the shoulder stretch. Just keep your gaze on the ceiling. And exhale, release. And we'll gently come onto our backs slowly by doing some Navasanas first. So bringing the feet to float. You can have the knees bent. And clasp your hands together. And we'll do some Kapalabhati breaths. Just forceful exhales out of the nose. And let the inhale come back reflexively. And we'll just do some twists. Feeling the fire in your belly, keep going. And getting a little lower. Keep smiling, getting a little lower. Almost down, you're in like canoe now. You can stop the Kapalabhatis, looking at your toes. Deep inhale and exhale, release the asana. Beautiful. And slowly we can begin to prepare for final relaxation, Shavasana. Just rolling the shoulders up, back, and down so the palms of the hands just relax and open up towards the ceiling. The feet are mat width apart. Take a deep inhale. And exhale out of the mouth. And let your body completely relax. And offer this sweet relaxation, this openness to the beings in your world. Letting the eyes close. And for the next few moments, just deeply relax here. And slowly you can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Rock your head side to side, yes and no. Take a deep inhale as you swing the arms overhead of you along the floor and bring the feet together. Take an inhale, long stretch. And exhale. Bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Coming onto your left side. And gently bring yourself to a seated position, tall and comfortable. Spine straight, lips smiling. You can bring your hands to heart center. And just take a moment to be super happy for your practice today, all your efforts. And in your mind's eye, you can offer this perfect world where people really have harmony and love and respect, joy and equanimity in their relationships. And we'll close our class with the sound of Om. So empty your lungs. Inhale deeply. And we'll start with Om. May our thoughts and our actions contribute to the happiness and freedom of all beings. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I absolutely loved it. And I hope to see you next time. Namaste.